Hey, everybody. I'm so looking forward to being with you and a part of a conversation around how to compose ourselves under pressure and be our best selves coming up in April. Really excited about that. And I had a chance to talk to people and some leaders kind of at the center of the network that surrounds you. And one of the things I know that's a reality that you face, and this is a reality of leaders in general, but is in the different spaces, the organizations where you're leading, is that pressure is a reality. And it's not, people think it's pressure from the outside, like these kind of big picture kind of pressures, but we all face these pressures that are just real time realities, challenges with just leading our teams or feeling like we're doing a good job there. Or maybe sometimes it's problem people on your teams, but the one sort of common factor that we have is how challenging it is to compose ourselves under pressure. And so that's what I'm looking forward to in April. And I wanted you to know, like, we don't have time. We can't wait until April to begin becoming more composed versions of ourselves. And that's what the topic will be about. So I want to give you a couple things to think about that might be encouraging right now. And one of them is a question to open up part of a conversation. And you could even just think about this for yourself, or maybe even think about having this conversation with your team. But what is one thing that you would like to be better at under pressure? One thing. And one of the powerful things is even just identifying that can provide a pathway into improving in that area. For some of us, it's patience. For some of it's more conviction, listening, connection to other people. And compose is one of the big pieces of that puzzle as well. So many of us would like to be more composed, not just for our sake, but for the sake of other people. So that's one thing that maybe to think about, or even have a conversation with your team, because I'm telling you right now that identifying it can be one step forward. The second thing is this, is that we have done some research around the most powerful strategies that have helped people, leaders. Now we're talking about leaders, like the role of being a leader is challenging from the outset. But what we found is that there was something that was a big driver of someone's capacity to compose themselves, to be clear about who they are and connected to other people. And that one thing was sense of purpose. And not a globalized kind of vague sense of purpose about this overarching mission, but actually knowing why you are in the high pressure moments that you specifically are facing can have a profound impact on you being able to compose yourself. And so often we start to execute before we thought about that purpose. So if there's one other thing I might suggest today is just give yourself permission that it's part of your job, part of our jobs is to think about why before we begin to think about what or how. And so I'm super excited to be, the Wild Leaders team is excited to be with you in April, and I hope you're doing well and that this is something that you can chew on and take back to your teams even today.